Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. I am the brofict one, AJ. With me, as always, is my co-host, Noah. Noah, I don't even know where to start today, bro, because I swear to God, I woke up from a nice sleep. I've been on some cold medicine lately. I've been sleeping like a baby. It's been incredible. And then I wake up, and all of a sudden, the NFL world is on fire. Like, I mean, we're calling the fire department and we're calling the FBI to see you set the fires. Like, bro, shit kind of just hit the fan this Monday morning, November the 1st. What a day, dude. What a day. Just your initial reactions from how fast everything kind of happened today.
This is definitely the most interesting Monday in the NFL verse, probably in the last couple of years, maybe ever. I don't know. Holy shit. I mean, you got news, Derrick Henry undergoing foot surgery, maybe likely out for the year. Titans go and sign Adrian Peterson to their practice squad.
Wow.
Not officially on their roster, but you got that. Von Miller being traded for a second and a third round pick to the Rams. AJ obviously upset as a Cardinals fan.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm still like, don't get me wrong. The Cardinals did this a couple years ago when we got D-Hop. You know what I mean? We traded away a bag of balls and, David Johnson's shitty contract for one of the best wide receivers in the league. You're telling me this doesn't happen once in the NFC West. This is going to happen twice in the NFC West with fucking Von Miller going for a second and a third round pick in 2013. Don't get me wrong. I understand he's a 10-year vet, but bro, putting him on the same line as Aaron Donald for no price tag is stupid.
The trade actually makes sense for the Broncos. They're clearly selling out, not expecting to make the playoffs at this point, despite their hot start. Because they were poised to lose Von Miller in free agency this year.
They did at least get some value out of him.
So I don't blame the Broncos. They get a second and a third round pick.
Yeah, and
instead of nothing.
No, absolutely.
And they clearly don't have playoff aspirations. Getting rid of him.
No, none whatsoever. And as a person who covers football,
are the Broncos in tank mode? They might be.
Oh, they're absolutely in tank mode. They really can't. I mean, you're trading away your best player, your franchise player.
They're 4-4, so they've almost already won too many games to tank. But I suppose you could tank and go 4-13 and still get a good pick. But they're getting a second and a third rounder out of the Rams. My favorite thing on Twitter, I can't even remember who tweeted it, but it was something. It was like Sean McVay doesn't actually have any picks. He's just bluffing.
I mean, at this point, he is.
He's like, oh yeah, I'll give you these picks. I don't even know if I have them, but I'll give them to you.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, you want those ones? Yeah, I'll give you those ones too. It doesn't matter. I mean, and I can't blame him. This team is ready to blow up right now. This team is ready to make a run. Well, you might as well sell out and try to make a run.
They're doing what they did a couple of years ago. Sean McVay did the same exact thing, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
And sold out completely. Made the Super Bowl and lost fucking 13-3. Couldn't get it done ultimately, but they made the Super Bowl. And McVay's he's taking that same formula and doing it again.
And this time he has a better quarterback.
It is sell out this year. And holy shit, AJ, I am, I said before the season even started, I like the Rams as my favorite to win the Super Bowl. And I am doubling down on that.
Wow.
I love this Rams team. I mean, they've got what it takes. They've got the coaching. They've got the quarterback. And that might be the biggest difference because they had the coaching and the defense and all the other pieces before a couple of years ago, ultimately coming up short. But their defense held Tom Brady and that Patriots team to 13 points.
Yeah, that's impressive. Jared Goff couldn't get it done.
Problem was their offense only put up 3 points. Matthew Stafford will never put up 3 points.
No, it's not in his DNA. And honestly, I got to start agreeing with you on this Rams team. They're looking excellent. And with this addition of Von Miller, it's going to be.
I hate to admit it with how good my Packers are doing and how good they look and overcoming adversity and winning games, but I can't bet against this Rams team, man.
It's hard to.
I'm in, and the Cardinals, they beat this Rams team pretty badly too. I still like can't see anybody come playoff time, especially if the Rams end up securing home field. It's over. That might be the only thing that can beat them is if they got to play a game or two on the road in the playoffs.
Definitely. That home field advantage does seem to be a real thing for them in LA. But no, I want to move on from a team that has a quarterback finally, and that's really going to make a playoff run, to a team that literally doesn't have a quarterback anymore. Let's go to the New Orleans Saints. Jameis Winston out for the season with a torn ACL. Kind of a weird injury he took. When I saw the hit, I thought it was a separated shoulder or something with his shoulder, but apparently it was the way he came down or something on that knee.
No. AJ, this is why a horse collar is a 15-yard personal foul penalty.
True.
And he didn't get grabbed in the horse collar, but they've adapted the rule over the last couple of years. So like, even if you grab the jersey on the nameplate, it's still a horse collar penalty. And this is why. And most of the time when you get a horse collar penalty, it's just a 15-yard penalty and there's no injury.
Yeah.
But the reason that this is a penalty and this is in the rule book is because of this. Because when you bring someone down backwards like that, it leads to a lot of these awkward knee injuries. Obviously, Jameis fully torn ACL and a partially torn MCL. I mean, dude fucked up both sides of his knee.
Yeah, that's rough.
And that's why it's that's why it's a penalty. Unfortunately, that penalty doesn't do you justice if you're the Saints. I mean, you don't even care about the penalty at that point. You lost your quarterback for the entire season.
You lost your quarterback for the entire season. Taysom Hill is still recovering from a concussion. So
Taysom Hill can't even play quarterback. We saw that last season.
I know, but I'm just saying your backup's even out now.
The only people that I don't know are convinced that Taysom Hill can't play quarterback are maybe the New Orleans Saints, because they really kept trying to force it last season.
And they still are kind of, honestly, with his Wildcat packages and shit like that.
Trevor Siemian looked good, but they're going to need to add depth to that quarterback room, AJ. There's rumors swirling. We've got.
There's rumors swirling.
Cam Newton.
Yes, sir. Get him in the building.
Philip Rivers is a name that I've heard.
I heard that too. Let's take a pause really quick.
And I would love that. Philip Rivers, obviously, leading the Colts to the playoffs last year.
He's a good quarterback.
Had a very quietly good year with the Colts last year.
With a struggling Colts team, let's add, like they did not look good. That defense was still there, but that offense wasn't really full.
Last year, like I said, they were quietly good. They weren't flashy, they weren't anything special, but they got the job done. Rivers had a career low in turnovers last year with the Colts.
So Noah.
I don't. He high school coach, but his season just ended.
It did
last week,
and he did say, if you remember correctly, he would be open to coming back if a team needed him towards the end of the season. And this is the perfect time.
Philip Rivers has kept that door open a crack, intentionally, I think. Holy shit! I mean, if the Saints sign him to a 1-year deal, I would absolutely love that, because AJ, I'm a big Philip Rivers fan.
I know you are. Yeah.
I love that fiery passion. I don't know that he'll get along. I don't know that him and Sean Payton will mesh super well.
No. They will not.
Oh God, in San Diego, you get Rivers yelling at his coach a number of times.
Oh, yeah. But that was different. That was the Chargers. Who was his coach back then? That was, who was that? I feel like he was a dumbass either way. I don't blame Phillip Rivers yelling at him and for being upset there. I will say the Cam Newton and Phillip Rivers, like that argument, like that competition there, I think you go with Phillip Rivers. I'm with you. I mean, I think Cam Newton has expressed that he's ready to play and he's vaccinated, ready to go and everything. And he's been in the NFL more recently. So at least he's in shape and he's looking to play. I understand Rivers has kept that open, and I think the Saints would be smarter to reach out to him and try to sign him because Cam Newton bringing in all that other stuff that he does bring in. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested with Phillip Rivers.
Rivers can run that offense way better than Cam Newton can.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And the only thing there is whether or not Rivers Rivers has a very, very big personality, and it's whether or not Sean Payton and Rivers can coexist.
Yeah, it really will be a test of that if that deal does get done.
Well, I mean, Jameis has a really big personality too, but in a different way,
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
He's not Jameis is a very like team guy, not trying to like run the show. Drew Brees, not a huge personality, which worked really well for the Saints for a number of years. I just wonder if like, I in theory I would love to see it, but I don't know because I don't know that Rivers and Sean Payton would get along very well. I think they might have some issues.
They might have some issues, but winning cures all. And if they're winning football games, I don't think Sean Payton's going to give a shit how he talks to him.
AJ, thank you. Winning does cure all. If you're winning, it doesn't fucking matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
I've been saying that too with whether or not Aaron Rodgers comes back to Green Bay.
Winning cures all.
Winning cures all. There is, you get over personal differences if you're winning.
Oh, absolutely. And at some point you got to remember this is their job. Only so many jobs you can tell your boss to go fuck themselves and everything like that. This is kind of the same thing. You can't really tell your boss to go fuck himself unless you're a guy like Aaron Rodgers,
You can, depending on the circumstances. Now you have, depending on who you classify as Aaron Rodgers' boss, I don't know, but you got Matt LaFleur, who has now set the NFL record for most wins by a head coach through their first 40 starts.
Unreal.
Big shout out to Matt LaFleur. Love him.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers hasn't spoken out about anybody in the Packers organization or even the organization in general since the season started.
True. And they're winning, so.
Well, yeah, you'll lose week one. Won 7 in a row since. They're also 7 in a row against the spread since week one.
True. They have been covering machines.
I don't know. The Packers are firing on all cylinders. AJ, I'm telling you, I still don't understand why people are still like these quote unquote experts are still sleeping on the Packers. You want to talk? Let's talk about some fucking experts. Yeah, let's get into this shit.
I want to talk about this.
I'm just saying their least favorite one-loss teams are the Packers and the Cardinals.
How?
And these are the same guys who were all over the Cardinals before they lost to the Packers.
Oh, absolutely.
And then so it just blows my mind, right? Because the Cardinals, they're kind of all over the Cardinals. They're like, oh, this is a really good Cardinals team. This is way better than like blah, 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 blah. They lose to a one-loss Packers team. They lose to a 6-1 Packers team. Terrible. And then all of a sudden, all these experts have lost all faith in the Cardinals because they lost to one of the probably top 3 teams in the league.
Yeah. And after beating a Rams team that was supposed to go to the Super Bowl and just destroy everybody, after blowing teams out left, right, center, after beating a very good Vikings team that I think is also underrated in the NFC North. And you and I talked
that far, but
regardless, you and I talked about this a little bit off air. As an Arizona fan, I'm used to it. Even when the Suns made their run last year, it was always the other team. The Nuggets need to do this. The Nuggets are looking really good. Oh, the Lakers are really good. The Lakers need to do this. All the way until it was just the Bucks and the Suns, and everyone's like, well, I guess we'll go for the Suns.
Yeah, I was going to say until the final, and then everybody was on the Suns.
And then also, AD is amazing. Chris Paul's incredible. Booker's the next Kobe. But it's all
to
the
be
same
fair.
bullshit.
The Bucks have gone through all the same shit. So
no, absolutely no. But then that's what I'm saying. Though all I'm saying is,
but
as an Arizona fan, I'm used to it.
Until the
final, tired of it.
Yeah. It's different as a Packers fan because I'm not used to that as a Packers fan, but for some reason, everybody's doubting the Packers.
Yeah, it's been bad this year. It's been really bad this year.
Everybody keeps doubting them. Like everybody's down on them every single week. The Chiefs are a 2.5 point favorite as of an hour or two ago.
Jesus.
Next week against the Packers. I don't know how that happens when they just barely skated by the Giants.
Yeah, dude, I don't really know what to tell you there.
Just, AJ, the thing that blows my mind the most is not necessarily, I get it with the Rams. The Rams are a very good team. I get it with the Bucks, even though they're a 2-loss team, despite having 4 1-loss teams in the NFC. I get it. The Bucks are still really good. And they have Tom Brady, so I get the argument. I don't agree with it. I get it, though. What I don't get is why people are picking the Cowboys over the Cardinals and the Packers. The Cowboys are not the second or third best team in the NFC. They're not. Who the fuck have they played this year?
No one.
I'm like, okay, so you can beat Washington, you can beat Philly, you can beat Minnesota with Kirk Cousins, you can beat whoever Carolina with Sam Darnold, which they barely got out of that game. I like the Cowboys. I like them this year. I like them. They don't deserve to be in the same conversation as the Rams and the Cardinals and the Bucks and the Packers.
No, they haven't been here. They haven't been playing football like this for a while. This is their first season that they've actually been relevant in the last 25 years.
They've just had a cupcake schedule.
Oh, that too. That helps a fucking ton too.
And they're gonna win their division. They're gonna win 11 games maybe. Yeah. They're probably gonna get either the 3 or the 4 seed.
Yeah.
In the NFC. Like, this is a good Cowboys team, don't get me wrong, but they don't deserve to be in the same conversation. They're not on the same level. They're not on the same level. There's 4 teams, it's the Rams, the Packers, the Cardinals, and you can include the Bucks in there as well. As much as I hate to admit that, but those are the teams. The Saints and the Cowboys are the 2 teams that are right outside of that. They're right outside. They're knocking on the door. Yeah. They're not too far back, but they don't deserve to be in the same conversation as those top 4. And then you have the rest of the field.
Yeah, that's how it should be. The Cowboys are always going to be in this conversation, though, especially when they're somewhat relevant, because they are America's team. Jerry Jones has paid all this money for them to be number 1 and for them to be on every national broadcast fucking imaginable. Losing every Thanksgiving game the last 20 years helps too, because people just know who the Cowboys are, and I think as long as that happens, even when they're the slightest bit of good, they're going to be in the conversation with those top tier teams. Going off of that really quick, though, Noah, I do want to talk about the Cardinals really quick. Kyler Murray with a twisted ankle, no real injury yet, but he is listed as questionable going into this week.
It's not the most important thing. What is D-Hop's status?
Also unclear at this time. D-Hop being out is a big hit, and I think it's a bigger hit than Kyler being out, because with D-Hop being out, we lose our double coverage guy. And that just throws off the rest of our offense.
Well, you've seen some of the throws Kyler Murray has thrown up to D-Hop. Yeah. And they're garbage fucking throws that should be intercepted. And Kyler Murray literally just throws it up with a fucking prayer.
Yep. And D-Hop's out there.
And D-Hop usually comes down with it. So D-Hop is, I don't even know if it's a hot take. It might just be a warm take, but losing D-Hop is worse than losing Kyler Murray if you're
absolutely. And if this was last year, I would probably disagree with you. But Kyler really hasn't been rushing for all that many yards and making those explosive plays. He's been able to stay in the pocket and win games, which is great, because a running quarterback, you know this as well as I do, especially the younger ones, they get those early injuries, they get those early hits. They're never the same player. And so I want to keep Kyler healthy as long as possible.
Well, but I'm just saying, any idiot can throw the ball up to D-Hop.
Yes. And
so if you have a healthy D-Hop and a scrub quarterback, that's better than having no D-Hop and Kyler Murray healthy.
Well, luckily the Cardinals don't have a scrubs backup. They've got my boy Colt McCoy, who it seems whenever a backup needs to come in, Colt McCoy is sitting right there.
Is he still the backup, or is it? I thought it was Chris Streveler.
I think Streveler's our third.
Is he the third?
He's our third.
I just remember Streveler at Minnesota back in the day.
Bro, Streveler's a baller, bro. He can ball out. I'm a fan of him.
He's really good at running the ball.
He's great at that. Great at it.
He doesn't know how to throw it for shit.
True. Very true.
He had a game at Minnesota. He went like 2 for 9.
Jeez.
Minnesota won that game, by the way. He went like 2 for 9 passing for like no yards, but ran it like 20 times for over 100.
That helps. That helps a lot. Also, Noah,
I don't know.
Going on from the Cardinals and everything, I do want to talk about one team, my Chicago Bears, because I actually found a nice thing to say about Matt Nagy today.
Is it really nice, or is it a backhanded compliment?
It's so backhanded. It's not even fucking funny.
Okay.
I might as well front fan him, bro. These last 2 weeks have honestly been the best coaching he's done. Honest to God. Sitting on the sidelines, not even in the fucking stadium. This man is killing it right now. And I really think the Chicago Bears are benefiting from it. It might not look like it, but I think in the long run, Chicago Bears are really going to benefit from starting to get Matt Nagy out of there as possible. Honest to God, here's what I think is going to happen. I think he's out. I think the Bears have their bye week next week, right?
No, we went over this. They get another game before their bye week.
Yeah, so not this upcoming week,
Steelers.
The week after, right?
Right. They play Steelers, maybe.
I'm checking that right now. I don't have my normal schedule in front of me. They have the Steelers at Steelers next Monday night, and then a bye week.
That's going to be a doozy of a Monday night game. Holy shit.
It's going to be a terrible game. I love the under already.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. I can tell you already, I am slamming the under on that.
Slamming the under. I don't give a fuck what it's at. I'm slamming that under.
The Steelers can't score. The Bears can't score. So you combine those together. Even if the over/under is like 41 or 42, I mean, like this, there's not going to be more than like 30 points in this game.
Yeah, it does start getting down to 38-37. I'm gonna have a little bit of worry. I might stay away from it.
I'm not even worried.
Shit. But
Steelers just won 15-10. The Bears can't score. The Steelers can't score. But the Steelers have a really good defense. The Bears have a okay defense.
So
AJ, I think this game goes under 30, maybe.
Shit. That would be awesome. But my point being,
that game's gonna suck. It's gonna be boring as shit.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible. But just wait. This upcoming Thursday, Matt Nagy is gonna be ruled out again this week on the reserve list or whatever bullshit. We'll get to the beginning of the bye week after Monday night and fire his ass. We gave him his quarterback. That was supposed to solve all the problems. We let him try to do his thing. And obviously, Matt Nagy just can't call a fucking play to save his life. And he can't coach to save his life. He can't he's not the Bears coach anymore. He needs to be gone. This is done.
We will see.
We will see, dude. But let me tell you, it's just been an insane Monday. Is there anything else you want to talk about coming off of this Monday?
I feel like there's something we're missing with the NFL.
Vaughn, Derek, Jameis, Kyler. We even talked about a little Adrian Peterson. We never do that. We talk some Cowboys. What are we missing?
Maybe get it all.
You know what we did miss? The shirt today, Giants plus 11.5. That was, easy from the get-go. Shirt's now 4-4. Follow us on TikTok at Degenerate Takes 69 for all of our daily picks and locks and shirts of the week and everything like that.
Yeah, the Chiefs hate to cover.
They hate it, dude. They hate it.
Actually, the Chiefs just hate doing anything good. They won, I guess, but
yeah, I guess. But I'm not proud of that victory if I'm a Chiefs fan or if I'm on the Chiefs.
So we got the 4-4 Chiefs. Again, I don't understand how they are. They're a 2.5 point favorite as it currently sits against the Packers going into next week. If your book has it available and you can get the Packers at plus odds, fucking take it. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Because if you don't, it's going to move to a pick 'em before you even realize it.
And then the Packers are going to be minus odds.
Yeah,
I give it 2 to 3 days before the Packers are minus odds.
What? So tomorrow morning the line will come out. That's Tuesday.
Maybe even tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Maybe even tomorrow they'll be minus odds.
Well, they're getting.
If you can,
they might be minus odds tomorrow.
God, if you can get them at plus odds right now, take it because Chiefs suck. Chiefs are bad.
So bad. They're and let's rephrase this.
They're going to make the playoffs, which is going to be the shittiest thing too. They're going to squeak in with like a 10-7 record.
Yeah,
as a wild card, and I don't know who's going to win that division. AJ,
I don't.
You were shitting on me. You were shitting on me a couple of weeks ago when I was talking a bunch of hype about the Raiders.
Well, now
the Chargers lost this week. The Raiders were on a bye week. Who's in first place in the division?
The Raiders.
Do not sleep on the Raiders. I think especially now that Derek Carr is being forced into a leadership role. John Gruden, obviously a huge personality. He's out of the way. Carr can really be that guy. Carr can be that guy now.
True. Derek Carr and his eyeliner might make a run at this thing. It would be impressive.
And I love Derek Carr.
All right. You can love him.
Okay.
Is he elite? Is he elite, Noah?
No. But
is he on his way?
I've abandoned. He depending on what he does this season, he could be borderline.
If he wins a playoff game, is he elite?
Not one game.
He wins 2 games, is he elite? Wild card and then the first round.
Well, if he takes them to an AFC championship game and keeps it really competitive against the Bills or whoever else, I won't quite put the elite tag on him, but it'll be very close.
All right. We'll check in later on that.
AJ, I think, giving up on the Chiefs.
Dude, I'm done with them. Bro. I really am. I have no faith in them whatsoever anymore. They can win all these games all they want. So honestly, what I might start doing is just live betting them when they're down, just on the money line, because they'll win the game. They're just not going to fucking cover. But even then, they might not even win the game. They almost lost this game.
They're fucking
the Giants
4-4.
Didn't suck.
Yeah, I don't know. I said a couple of weeks ago, 3 teams from this division. I said this was going to be the best division in football. I take that back now.
Yeah. Not even fucking close.
Broncos suck. Chiefs suck. Chargers they're good, but not that good. Chargers are actually about what I expected them to be. The Raiders might win this division.
I very much believe that. I very much believe it.
I'm not betting on it. I'm not putting my marbles on it, but I'm saying the Raiders might. They might.
I can see it, bro.
If there's two teams from this division that'll make the playoffs, it'll be the Raiders and the Chargers, not the Chiefs or the Broncos. Broncos suck.
Broncos
but
suck.
I said the Broncos suck. I said the Panthers suck. Those are two teams when they were both 3-0. I said they both sucked.
Yeah.
And
you're right.
And what's happened? I was
and
right.
They sucked. They sucked.
Yeah, don't fucking buy into it. You know, you got shitty teams beating other shitty teams. Never buy into the success. It doesn't work.
It doesn't, dude. It just
look at the strength. Look at the strength of schedule. You look at the teams they played. You go 3-0 against three shitty teams. You don't deserve shit. Carolina beat the Saints, I guess, so they only played two shitty teams in their 3-0 start. But hey, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. So
yeah, and then it's rough. Also, last thing. Sorry, go ahead.
How about? I was just gonna say, how about Carolina starting 3-0? Probably gonna go to like a 5-12 record. Yeah. All I can say is to everybody in general, told you so.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, yeah, Carolina.
Darnold, well, he got injured this last game. Instead of benched, he got injured. I don't know if he's actually injured or if Carolina's just too embarrassed to put Darnold back on the fucking field, because Sam Darnold fucking sucks and doesn't deserve to be a starting fucking quarterback in the NFL.
He doesn't. It's terrible. It's terrible.
How many years do I have to keep repeating this? Darnold fucking sucks and he doesn't deserve to start in the NFL. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, bro. It's fucking terrible, but hey, he'll only be around for a couple more and we can keep betting against him and that'll be nice for a little bit. So, Noah, anything else on this Monday night that you want to talk about before we wrap up here?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Sean Watson looks like he's staying in Houston.
He will be staying in Houston.
Traded.
It looks like not going to get traded to Houston. Houston, though, will open trade talks at the end of the season. They are not going to get 3 first rounders for him. Not after all this bullshit. Not going to happen, dude. Not going to happen. Even if he's cleared with everything, not going to happen. He's not worth he's worth it, but
that's the thing. If he gets cleared, he's worth a lot.
But you and I both know the legal system. This shit is not going to be done by the end of the season unless the charges are dropped.
No, and he ain't going to get cleared for this shit because he's guilty as shit. I mean, you got 20 plus allegations for the same type of misconduct against you.
So fair enough. I will say though, to his credit, the lawyer for the women said that they wanted an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, about the case and everything. And Deshaun said, no, if these girls want to talk, they can go fucking talk to anyone. I think that maybe is a good sign going in. Maybe, I mean, he might be, he might not be guilty, because if you do remember, all of these allegations did come out about a week after he requested a trade from the Texans, and the lawyer defending these girls is next door neighbors with the owner. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. If there's justice to be served, I hope it is served.
Man. I mean,
I'm just saying the facts that I've read and the facts that I've seen. So, just an interesting situation. I hope justice is served regardless of what happens. But yeah, Deshaun's going to be in Texas for the foreseeable future. It looks like Tua's starting job is safe for a little bit longer in Miami.
Clearly, these allegations are serious enough that nobody's really willing to put together a trade offer for him.
Well, no, the
Dolphins
makes sense
to Houston. So,
because the Houston still want 3 first rounders for a guy who's being investigated for sexual misconduct, which is just never going to happen. And so you either take the two first rounders and the quarterback that the Miami's going to give you, or you don't take anything.
Yeah, and the problem is you're not going to give up first round picks for a guy who you don't even know is going to be able to play or not, because if the investigation comes back and it turns out that shit is true and that did happen, and then you just traded away first round draft picks for a guy who's not even going to play for you.
True. That would be
so. He's kind of Watson's he's untouchable right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It makes no sense for any team to trade for him.
Nobody, unless you have a trade where you have a clause where it's like,
we get our picks back if he's found guilty or something like that.
Right. If you put all of your picks into that trade as conditional on whether or not he plays X amount of games, and if he doesn't play any games, then you're not giving up any picks.
Picks are voided, yeah.
That would be the only scenario that would work. I don't know if Houston is willing to do that, because I think Houston knows that this motherfucker's guilty of that shit.
Listen, who knows? I'm not even going to speculate on that part.
I don't want to speculate too much, but the fact that Houston is being like really stubborn about this trade kind of tells me they know that this dude's a perv and he's gonna get like charged with some shit.
Or they're stingy on it because they know he's worth the 3 rounds and they know he's innocent. And that's why they're firm on those 3 first rounders. It could be both ways. You never really know with this situation what's going on.
No, because AJ, if you knew that he was innocent, you would have no problem sending him for conditional picks that are based on whether or not he plays.
I agree, but I don't think anyone's sending conditional 3 first rounders.
No. They're willing to, and Houston's not sending conditional, which means I think Houston knows that Deshaun Watson is gonna get charged with some shit here.
Hey, well, we'll see, man. We'll see. That is going to be a story that we will keep an eye on.
I don't know the ins and the outs, but I'm telling you, I think Watson's gonna get charged with some shit here, and
well, let's hope it's sooner rather than later so we can stop talking about this bullshit. It's depressing as hell, and I hate it. But we do have to cover it. It's part of sports, unfortunately. Unfortunately, ending on a sad note here, we will be back later this week with our college football picks, our NFL picks. Oh, live in person. That's right. Noah Engelbretson will be down here in Phoenix for us to go to U of A's homecoming down in Tucson. We will be recording live episodes of Degenerate Takes and Degenerate Bets for college, NFL, all things degenerate. We fucking love it. I cannot wait for it. I'm already getting set up, as you can see, for it. It's going to be a good time. We're going to drink a lot. We're going to talk a lot of sports and bet a lot. And who knows, maybe we'll even win a little bit. We'll see. But just remember, U of A, oh God, just please do something this weekend and make my weekend enjoyable. But I'm not putting any eggs in that basket. Again, thank you for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter at Degenerate Takes, TikTok at Degenerate Takes 69. I know that was a lot, but I'm getting through it, trying to end it smoothly. And we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.